eclectic method.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sober. Fucking sucks. Boring, right? So boring. I want to kill myself.
Get fucking rich. Who's rich every fucking time? All we care about is getting fucking rich.
Fugazi, fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking real.
YouTube, Facebook, video, SoundCloud, Twitter, Instagram.
Fugazi, fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy.
Good morning, guys. How we doing? Oh boy, that's the right way to start the day. And your workout. You're totally right, Edge. Good morning, Assassin. Good morning, Edge. Choina, great to see you, brother. All you guys. Might be flying solo today. We'll see. That might be kind of fun just to mix things up a little bit. Henry flying back from NFT NYC. He's got a short flight, so he may join when he lands. We'll see how that goes. And I kind of expect Biggie to show up here too, but we'll see. It's been a while since I did a solo stream. I love our shows with the whole gang, but tell you what, there's a different vibe solo, and I like those too. And I'll be doing more of those. I think I need to like flip it on more often, right? And there's some more of that coming up, too, with some giveaways. I think I've mentioned in previous streams, I have a whole bunch of those CyberKong's mystery boxes or loot boxes to give away. So I'm going to do a stream here soon with those, cracking them open, giving them away. Got more of those NHL breakaway packs to give away here, too. In fact, we'll think of a way to do a giveaway live here today. Crypto Slam whitelist to give away. I'm holding those back, though, for some announcements to drop first. And those announcements come in, I'll tell you guys, because there's not a lot of people tuned in quite yet. Announcements coming this week, big announcements. So game-changing announcements. I'm holding whitelist for that because I think there's going to be a whole heck of a lot of FOMO coming once some of that is revealed. So that shit should be pretty darn fun. I think there's something else to give away too. No, maybe that was it. That's quite a bit of stuff. Anyway, how we doing, guys? It's Saturday. Market's feeling actually okay. Market's kind of bouncing back a little bit, which is nice. It has not been the best week for NFTs. In fact, I would say, and we'll peek at the numbers, but it might have been our worst week of the year for NFTs so far. Value-wise, not the worst week, but it's up there, man. Like maybe our second worst week or so. Let me check here. Yeah, as of right now, past 7 days, the market's lost almost 5% of its value, which sounds like a lot, but it's nothing compared to what we saw a few weeks ago when crypto dumped and floor prices were dumping. And man, that week we lost 11%. So this not so bad. And maybe a little silver lining here. Crypto's kind of bouncing back here. Wasn't expecting this morning. Kind of was expecting more of a dump. But no, here we are. Bitcoin's actually up in the past 24 hours, almost 2%. Ethereum's bouncing back nicely, about 3%. Solana's interesting, guys. I'm curious if you want to get into that a little today, but, you know, Solana's had a lot of trouble with transactions not going through. And I saw somebody was, what's his name? Saigar broke down the reasons why all these transactions are failing and who's actually getting their transactions through and why they're getting them through. It's pretty unfair, and it actually is a very bullish case for Ethereum and the high gas fees. And you'll see why in just a moment here. But yeah, I mean, cheap fees mean people can really game that system. And the more money you have and the more tech you have, and I'll just say this, the more bots you have, the more you actually get to beat out normies. You're not getting your trades through. Those guys who are really gaming the system, they are. It ain't fair, bros. It ain't fair. Hang on, I want to see how this sounds with a little music in the background. I don't think it'll work, but... yeah, it might be a little much, but what the hell? But what the hell? So sales I was talking about, bouncing back yesterday. 31 mil, that's cross-chain NFT sales. Seller seems really low. I wonder if there's some stuff still kind of calculating on the back end, because 27,000 is almost definitely the lowest we've seen this year. Tell me how the levels are, guys, by the way. If that music is really distracting or too loud or whatever. But yeah, 27,000 sellers would easily be a low for this year. I mean, that's really, really, really low. Buyers too, yeah, kind of falling off a cliff. I do think a lot of that has to do with, well, a lot of NFT NYC stuff. Just people's attention's pulled from this space right now. How's profits, though? That matters a lot. Yeah, trade profits in the positive still. That looks okay. But this, you know, if you've tuned in, you've heard me say this a few times, but just a few days ago on the 3rd, I think that was Wednesday, that was our lowest this year, so 24 mil. Again, bouncing back from that. Now in the weekend pattern typically much, much slower for sales. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm not feeling like people are super engaged, but then again, meme coin's kind of bouncing back. The music's actually distracting me. Okay, it sounds all right, but yeah, it was driving me nuts at least. I heard some meme coin dropped, actually. Okay, last year at NFT NYC, Pepe dropped, and I didn't realize that. Apparently this year, there's a new coin that dropped, and I saw Beanie tweeting about how the Cabal didn't get into this coin. Like, they didn't get the heads up. I don't know. That might be a little of his slick marketing, but maybe there is, and I don't know what token it is. I have a hunch. Wonder if you guys know what token dropped it. Maybe, maybe our next Pepe? We'll see. Did you see the punks on base? Oh, shit, no. Are they called, like, base punks? I saw MFers. I saw those base MFers. God damn, dude. I'm so tired of missing stuff. I'm so, like... I'm not unplugged, but I'm not plugged in like I normally am, like I should be, and I'm missing everything. I'm missing meme coins, and I'm missing NFT stuff. Assassin, you got a link to that collection by chance? Yeah. Okay, so you bump up your fee, it's going through. I'm going to show you, Choina, if you don't know what's actually happening there, like why transactions are failing right now, it's crazy. I can't wait to show that. Based punks. God damn it. Hang on, I want to peek at those because I just... Okay, it's definitely base NFT season. This is good. I mean, if NFTs are pumping anywhere, that's good. So if it's on base, awesome. At some point, without a doubt, that's going to cycle back to Ethereum. There it is right there. Holy cow. I got to start paying attention to Wall Street Kongs. There's no... I mean, man, there is no place with alpha like these guys. They're not even revealed yet, huh? And they're only... It's a collection of 5,000. Oh, really, really interesting. Damn. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Wall Street Kongs is... You just can't compete with those guys. Those are top fucking tier degens, man. Okay. I got to figure out how to get liquid somewhere, too. Like, I mean, you can probably see... This is my balance. That is, if you can see it actually up there. That's not just like... an alt wallet. That is literally my balance here. Now, that might be on base. I'm going to peek here, but I got to sell something, and not complaining because I have stuff I can sell. I don't want to get rid of a runestone yet. And we're going to get a lot into runes today here because I think that is the most important thing to be accumulating right now. I don't want to lose a runestone yet. I think the upside is way too big, but that's like my only path to liquidity unless I want to sell something really big, like a Quantum Cat or, Man, what else? I could sell a couple cents, but I also think those are special too. The point is, I got to get my VX Kong still bridged over to Ronin. That's going to cost a little something. And I need to start playing in this base ecosystem. I'm so bullish on base. I do think base can flip Solana, just in general, as a meme coin ecosystem, but also NFTs. I mean, NFTs on Solana feel very, very dead. Yeah, I gotta make some moves here. Base Pepe, good lord. Yeah, Choina, keep that news coming, man. That's good stuff. I don't know any of this stuff yet. We'll dive into that stuff here today live. And I also want to get into a bit of Warpcast. Like, I'm trying to finally get in that ecosystem. I have an account set up. I've used it. I used it a couple months ago, and then I pulled back, and I completely missed the degen train. So now I'm trying to, like, this weekend, learn how to get in that ecosystem, learn how to get my own degen, and start getting those tips to give out, right? Perfect for this show. I can cast this show and then start offering tips to people who are, engaging with it, I guess. We'll see. There's just a lot going on right now. And unfortunately, all that stuff going on is not in the stuff we are all used to. It's not in Ethereum NFTs. It's not in Solana NFTs. This bull market, whole different game. And I guess we should expect that. Every market, every bull market has its own flavor. All right, peeking at our, I guess, top market movers here, top NFT collections. Nothing really shocking here. Node Monkey's your top collection. I need to check if, what are they? I need to check if Puppets are actually in this list. I kind of feel like they're folded in here to the general Ordinals collection. Need to verify that, though. I'm positive I've seen Puppet sales on site, so I think they're in here. But yeah, let's just assume Puppets are there in this category. Node Monkey's at number 2. Still onboarding the Runestones and Quantum Cats, so those would probably be top 10 collections too. Not Quantum Cats, but Runestones for sure. D-Market doing well. Bored Apes. Lock Deal on Binance, really kind of interesting. Dokio back in the top 10, and we haven't seen them there in a while, so I like those guys, by the way. Got to work with them as a Crypto Slam whitelist partner. Really good guys. Mad Lads, Gods Unchained, Pudgy Penguins. Pandora right at the edge of the top 10. We talked about that with Pandora Party. Maybe a little underwhelming, but we still didn't learn what they dropped. What was the surprise at the party other than that gem of a video? I found the guy that was doing the dance. He tweeted out wondering why people are giving him shit. He's a dev. He seems like a cool dude. I followed him. I like the guy, and I like that song. Are you talking Puppets, Assassin? Or are you talking the derivs? Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Why are people buying those punks? It's a deriv. I mean, dude, look at Bitcoin punks over, on Bitcoin. There's a lot to be said for the first CryptoPunk derivative on a chain. It's silly. It's like rocks on a chain, right? So you had Ether rocks, but the Bitcoin rocks are worth a fuck ton too. Now they're worth a lot because they have low inscription numbers too, but yeah, why does anybody give a shit about the next the punk derivative on base? It's a lot about that cabal mentality, isn't it? And while it's not the cabal in them, it just shows that, hey man, wherever the action and attention is, that's what's going to be worth something. And it's unfortunately not any more complicated than that. You just got to go where the money and attention is, right? But yeah, I'm with you. It makes this stuff really hard to predict. In fact, a friend of mine who is starting to get into NFTs a little more deeply was asking this week, okay, what are the top 3 things you look for when you're investing in a project? What are the indicators? I'm like, you're overthinking it. It's nothing like financial, and as much as the data here matters and is useful, I think the data here is useful for telling stories. Like, this tells you the historical stories. It tells you what was going on at certain periods. It's all like, this is telling you what has already transpired. But you can't really go look at a collection and make price predictions and trade off of numbers like this. You really can't. So when people ask, okay, what are the 3 indicators? What are you looking for in the numbers to help you trade? I'm like, nothing. I am looking all the basic things. I'm looking at who the team is, what their product is, and who is paying attention to it. And then once it gets on people's radar, will they give a shit about it? It's kind of that simple. And so Bitcoin punks, or I'm sorry, base punks are just kind of that. They just capture people's attention. I'm guessing that's all it is, right? Captured people's attention. PFPs are starting to heat up on base because there's liquidity on base like crazy now because of the meme coins. And boom, all of a sudden you have a success story. I'm so bummed to keep missing this stuff, dude. I really am. Ay. Yeah, I'd love to try to get in, but not at over half an ETH at this point. Like how high could they really get? Who knows? But small collection, dude, 1,000 ETH in volume. Worth mentioning, base NFTs are being integrated on CryptoSlam too. So very soon, we actually have it halfway integrated, just not live. But soon we'll see the base NFTs represented here. Kind of shocks me how low Blast NFT sales are. And I maybe want to vet that number there, but not much activity over on base on the NFT front. Interesting space right now, I'll say that. Some top sales, CryptoPunk is your number one sale at 50 ETH. Always enjoy that. You know what? I'm going back to the top 10 because, look, this is reminding me of what actually is going on. What is the hottest thing in the NFT space right now? And it's not technically NFTs, it's BRC20s. Check this out, okay? I have the hide fungible tokens or hide fungible NFT filter on. It's a funny name, but it makes sense when you see this. When I toggle it off, you see these BRC20s, and all of a sudden your top collection here is the Pups BRC20 collection. Dude, those are absolutely cooking right now. Yet another thing I've missed. I'm going to show you what's going on over there. Absolutely wild. Okay. I got a couple tabs to bring up over here. But those Rune Pups, right? I think, okay, I'm not positive, but I think these were airdropped to the Bitcoin Pups holders. And look at the prices here all of a sudden. Okay, the floor on these guys, 0.05 Bitcoin. So these are worth more than Runestones now, which blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind, but it fits in the narrative. It fits in the narrative of what's coming, which is runes. Runes are about to take over. Coinbase, man, as of, I think, Monday, actually it might be live now, on Coinbase Advanced and on their international exchange, you can now trade futures on BRC20s, on Ordi specifically. But how bullish is that for runes in general? So runes at this point, 14 days away. It's so close. Wow, Runestone's actually popping off. I think this is Runestone's first time, flipping RSIC. I don't think we've seen this yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, if you know, but Runestone's now flipping RSIC. Rune Pups, your top collection. Okay, so let's see. Out of the top 10, it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. 4 of these are rune-facing. 4 of these collections are getting you runes. The meta, it's like right in our face right here, and like just knowing that it hasn't even started yet. Like those runes are not in anybody's hands. Those runes are not on exchanges anywhere. And people are collecting these ordinals that are going to get you, they're getting you access to those runes. Oh my goodness, guys. Like, I hate repeating myself, and I don't say it to be shitty too. I say it because I'm trying to encourage people to look if they're not, kind of taking positions already. You cannot be sleeping on runes, and you can't be thinking you missed it. It is early. They're not even out yet. That's how early it is. Runes don't even exist yet. But yeah, these Pups, I need to understand this a little more. They may have a BRC20 that's already associated with it, and these BRC20s are like $31 a pop, I think. Either way, that chart makes it clear what's going on. And we're going to see a lot of that in the Runes ecosystem. So I want to pull up something here also about, where is it? Hang on, here we go. Runestone's a big reason for the increase in price. Somebody told me this just yesterday, I believe. Maybe the day before, but I think it was yesterday. So Runestone's not just getting 1 rune drop, getting 3 rune drops. Wrong tweet here. Hang on. But it is coming from Leonidas. I'll just say this. I'll set it up. Leonidas tweeted that, yeah, Runestone holders are getting 1 rune drop when runes launch. They're getting another rune drop at the end of the year. And then they're getting a 3rd rune drop next year. So that Runestone's getting you access to 3 different meme coins. And dude, it's the way he talks about them. There's no chance I'm selling. I can't sell any of them. Okay? Like the way he talks about them, like his goal, like his motive, his goal with Runestone is to make it the top meme coin. And he's going to go out of his way to name one of those collections after a dog, and we know how that works. Runestone's has one goal, top dog. Abso-fucking-lutely. I need to bookmark some of these to come back to. Okay. Okay, the top Solana. Oh, yeah. Okay. What's that guy's name? Ansem, something like that? He's been asking about runes. He was asking how to buy them. Dude, runes are going to cook. The top NFT collection will be on Bitcoin. The top meme coin will be on Bitcoin. That came from the Leather wallet. I agree. Do you guys agree? Runes at 0.3. You talking about Runestones? By the way, dude, I really want to give away some NHL breakaway packs. I got to think of how to do that here. Okay. All right. Runestone holders will not be airdropped a Runes meme coin. Holders will be airdropped 3 Rune meme coins. Guys, fuck. I'm really excited because, man, it's just, I've not seen somebody reward the community quite like they're doing. These were free. The Runestones were free. You got to remember, mostly free. There's an asterisk there. Still waking up. But I'll qualify that, right? You just had to have 3 ordinals from year 1 of Ordinal's life, right? Holding 3 of them got you a Runestone. And luckily, I'm speaking for myself, a lot of my ordinals were spread across different wallets. And it wasn't like I wasn't planning that for any reason. I just, for whatever reason, had multiple wallets and, spread them out. And, that worked out in my favor. I ended up with 4 Runestones because of it. But some of these guys were really smart, and they're sitting on probably dozens of Runestones. And if people, then the smart guys were also collecting these on secondary for 0.01, 0.02, 0.03. Man, getting them at 0.045 was even smart. Getting them at probably right now at 0.05 is probably smart. These are going to be rune printers, dude. These are going to make people a lot of money. That's not even counting all the other projects who are airdropping and whitelisting their collections for Runestone holders. Also, if you hold a rune, I'm curious, let me know in the chat. But I think my older brother, you guys know Henry is my younger brother. My older brother, Tickle Snarf, and I are going to launch a Runestone Discord just to make keeping track of all the collaborations much, much easier. Because right now, like, I missed that first mint for the PFP. Had no idea it was happening. So we need to have that communication line a little more open, a little clearer. It all cycles back to Bitcoin. Choina, that is it. And I do hope Biggie joins because, like, when I challenge Biggie on his take on Bitcoin, it's not to be a jerk and it's not to, give him grief, and it's not even for show. I feel like he's taking the wrong position and overthinking it. And I love Biggie to death. I don't want him to miss out on this. And I know he's okay with missing out, like he's being smart and thoughtful. I don't want him to miss out on this because I think the upside is way too big. If you're putting your attention on Say and you're putting your attention on Base and all that other stuff, great. Like, there's going to be a lot of wins over there too. But I think the wins that are coming on Bitcoin are going to be unlike anything, we're going to see on any other chain. And the wins we're going to see on Bitcoin will be very much like Ethereum 2021, 2022. The problem with Runestones is the supply. I think I disagree with you, sir. I think that's actually a feature. Yeah, elaborate on that too, Edge, if you like. In fact, if you want to call in, dude, actually, if you even want to hop up on stage with me, you're welcome to. I think I'll open that up to anybody here. Oh, Choina, bummer, yes. Yeah, because non-text, the text inscriptions did not qualify for the Runestone. They had to be JPEGs, or they had to be, I think, code too, right? So bitmaps didn't qualify. That's a bummer. Yep. Sucks, dude. But yeah, Edge, I don't think the supply is a problem. Again, I think it's a feature. I think that is attractive to people who are going to whitelist, rune stones. Having a holder base like that, actually, guys, it's consolidating. I'm noticing the holder count is going down and down and down. And I noticed that a lot on Bitcoin collections. Floriforms is doing the same thing. The holder count keeps going down. There's just so much conviction in these collections. So you got guys who are already in just getting more. Nice. Cool. I feel you, man. Enjoy that workout. It's cool you're tuning in while you're working out. But yeah, again, I think the huge supply is actually very, very bullish. When you keep in mind it's leading to a meme coin, and meme coins are going to have, how many billions of tokens likely. So splitting that across, 112,000 inscriptions, the math should work out. But yeah, at this point, like 3 of the top 6, I'm going to find this tweet, but 3 of the top 6 NFT collections in the world, there it is, are all in the Bitcoin ecosystem. This is it. This is where the bull run's going to be this year. And actually, I just want to show, as rough as the past week has been here, it's all about perspective. And I think some people are losing a little faith this week. Yeah, holder count I think is the most important part of that. That specifically is why all those collections were giving whitelists to Runestone holders. Man, if you are launching something, you want it in the most wallets possible, you give it to the Runestone guys. Although there's been 2 Rune collections since the Game of Blocks and let me think. Actually, I think 2 other collections that now have a bigger holder count. So now the game over on Bitcoin is one-upping the last one that just did their free airdrop. So interesting meta going on. And so then if you're comparing who has the biggest holder counts, I guess what Runestone has above anyone else is the OG collectors and the influencers. Highest concentration of OG collectors, again, because you had to be in there year 1. And it is all the influencers on Bitcoin. So those are the guys that are in the Runestone collection. Thank you, dude. I hate it. It's just, it is what it is. I wish I knew how to take care of it and shit, but I appreciate that. But yeah, this week I feel like some people losing faith in the space, feeling like, where is this run? When is it coming? When is it actually going to happen? And guys, it's going to happen. So you see over on the right, this is us current right now. And in the black line, that's sales. And I very much feel like we are mirroring 2021. And it looks the exact same. I am absolutely expecting us to hit a very dead patch, right? Like pretty much right now. Especially as crypto's so volatile. So really, I think things are going to pull back NFT sales-wise. We'll see, though. L2s make it interesting. Maybe there's a lot of trading over in L2s because it is so much cheaper. But we're now... Gotta hate the mouse gets in the way here. We're in this area now. And I absolutely am expecting this explosion later this year. In fact, okay, I don't know if I should research and pull this up live, but I think the way that Bitcoin price action works when we have a halving is the price falls after halving, but still same year we hit a new all-time high. And I want to see if that all-time high comes, like how many months after the halving, because depending on if we're going to follow trends, and again, just as far as the halving goes, I bet we will. We might be set up perfectly for this run to happen later this year when Bitcoin inevitably, and it will do this, hits its all-time high. And a lot of us think that all-time high is going to be 100,000, 125,000, maybe up to 200, 250K. It's very likely. I think we'll see that. I really do. Edge, I have seen people as recently as last week discovering a runestone in a wallet. A lot of those are just in wallets that people haven't checked. So a portion of those are lost, absolutely, and that makes it kind of interesting as well. But also, okay, so look at this. Let me see if I can stretch this out a bit. Might be tricky. But what I want to show, I'm going to toggle off buyers, sellers. I'll put that back on in a moment. Actually, yeah, this is pretty clean to look at. Okay. So if I'm talking about this year mirroring 2021, if this is where we're starting from before we take off here, before we have our full, peak euphoria part of the market, look how much higher sales are now in the lead up to that run, into the lead up to that euphoria. So, I don't know, 30 million up to 50 million, up to 60 million, somewhere in that range, right? Back here, we were 15 million, 20 million, 25 million, 10 million, right? Like, we're 2 to 3 times higher right now as our, launch off part or point. I really do believe this, guys, that when we hit this part of the cycle, it will be 2 to 3 times higher there too. So I think we're going to see days with multiple days with 500 mil in sales, because we hit that last year. We had a single day with over 500 mil. But I think we have there's a real chance we hit $1 billion in sales in a day, which would be absolutely wild. But It's very possible. Yeah, dude, I think, I mean, and I hear a lot of people say that. I think that is also peak euphoria. It's something we could touch. I don't think we live there, and I also see a massive pullback after that too. But yeah, I think it's very possible for a short period of time. There's been times that we've seen that number hit on exchanges, right? Like, let's just throw out Binance, for example, and I don't know if this is where it happened, but there's times prices get very out of whack because huge buy orders come in just on that exchange, and they have their own liquidity pair, right? And so Bitcoin, I think at one point has touched 200K on an exchange briefly. So it can certainly happen. But I do. I think we hit 200K this cycle. What do you think about Satscribe and Pizza Artifact? I don't know anything about them. Yeah, anything you could share about them, I'd love to see. I'm not aware at all. All right, do you guys want to do a giveaway for NHL breakaway packs? Like I've got plenty to give away. I'd love to just get them in people's hands. Let me think of what we could do for a giveaway here. Tell you what, just follow, if you want a pack, let's do this. Hey, good morning, Johan. Good to see you, brother. Guys, if you don't know Johan, this is my guy. This is my guy. I don't know your title anymore because I think they changed so much, but co-founder at CryptoSlam, a very, very good friend of mine. And honestly, honestly is like kind of mentored me throughout this whole Web3 journey. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, dude. Yes, it's crazy. It's out there, but I think we've seen close to that if we're counting wash sales. But again, I'm using kind of stupid like caveman logic here too, thinking that if we saw 500 million at one point, which we did, I'm trying to find what exact day that was. I think that was like the other side day. But let's see here. Like it's an out there scenario. Here, I mean, look at August 29th, 2021, we hit almost 500 million. We have 2 to 3 times the buyers, sellers in here, like active wallets. We're doing 2 to 3 times the sales right now than we were doing back then. So in order for us to get here, we're going to need to get new users coming in too, right? Like another one of those mass adoption events, people rolling in. And I do think that could happen when Bitcoin hits that all-time high. So yeah, I think it's possible we could see that billion in a day. Here we go, almost 600 million in a day, and that was when the other side, those lands minted. So it would take a very big mint, and I think a big piece of that equation for it to happen, it's Bitcoin. It's going to be Bitcoin where this whole thing happens on. So yeah, okay, yeah, Johan, yes, we're very much on the same page here. This run will be a Bitcoin run, and it is interesting. The L2s will do great too. Base is a very real contender. Base, I think in the long run and also in the short term, I think Base will flip Solana. I think the transaction stuff going on over there is kind of bullshit. In fact, maybe a good segue to show you what's actually happening there. Okay, I'm getting distracted, sidetracked, whatever. Let me give you guys a tweet to retweet out here. And then I'll pick some winners for some NHL giveaway packs. Give me just a second, guys.
Don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make a dollar, won't sell a thing. We're the zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, our anthem we sing.
I love this.
Zero holders were the kings of the sea. The non-fungible is the living the dream. We're all on the zeros, always to be. In the world of NFTs, we're wild and free.
All right, tweet's done. I'm going to drop that in the chat for you guys. All you got to do is be following Crypto Slam. I know everybody watching here actually already is. But retweet it. Follow Crypto Slam, and you'll get a pack. I'm going to give away up to 20. I think probably anybody who does it's going to win. All right, let's get to some of those comments too, though. I do want to check into that, SatScribe. Johan, are you doing any base degenning, like the NFT collections? Because someone just told me there's a new base punks collection that's up to like a 0.6 ETH floor. NFTs are starting to pop off over there. It's really interesting. Okay. Dude, I'm telling you, Anna, I'm not letting go of my Runestone maybe at all. Okay, I don't know if you caught this earlier, Anna, but it's not just that it's getting you one rune collection, it's getting you 3. So you're going to get a rune airdrop probably right around the halving, probably just after, right? Because we still got to pick a name for the runes, and then we got to go through the airdrop claim process. But we're also getting another collection of runes later this year, and then next year they're going to drop another rune collection as well. So you get 3 different meme coins out of the Runestone at least. I bet you they're just going to keep giving, and you're going to keep getting whitelist, allow list, whatever to all these other collections, airdrops. I can't think of any good reason to sell a Runestone right now, other than if you need liquidity. And so I'll say this: I am considering selling one because I got a lot of stuff. Like, I need to get liquid to be able to play. There's so much stuff happening on base. There's still stuff, yes, happening on Solana. I got to get my CyberConk bridged over to Ronin and start playing over there. So sell it if you need it, but otherwise, man, I wouldn't be selling any of these Runestones. So there's the tweet, guys. Retweet. I guess don't retweet my tweet. Retweet the inside the NFT LDR tweet. Retweet that one. If you retweet mine, I'll actually add those into the contest. The key is you got to be following Crypto Slam. And yeah, up to 20 packs. So if 15 people retweet it, you're all going to win a pack. Yeah, I'll drop you a link here. If you were talking about Runestones, yeah, I'm going to drop that in here. I'll tell you this, okay, and I said it before, like, they were a deal at 0.02, they were a deal at 0.03, they were a deal at 0.04. I think these are a deal at 0.05. Like, I see Runestones getting up to 0.1 plus. Yeah, you're welcome, brother. But yeah, base it's really starting to cook, man. It's happening. It's happening live, and the more Solana struggles with these transactions, the more people are looking for other places to go trade. Now, it's interesting because Base struggled with the extra transactions too. They really did. And so just a couple of weeks ago, right? They couldn't keep up with the extra activity. And it was gas fees, right? Gas fees hurt them. But check this out. Let me see if I did bookmark this tweet. Where is it? Well, I'm just going to go to his account, Saigar. I want to show you what's going on over on Solana. It's actually really messy, and it is literally the reason why cheap fees is not necessarily a feature. You know, as nice as it sounds to not be paying an arm and a leg to transact. Hey, good morning. Is this my Joe? Yeah, it sure is. Handsome devil. Dude, you're welcome to come up. You know this, but if you want to kick back and enjoy and take all this in, brother, you're welcome to. Anyway, check this out, guys. This is what's going on over on Solana right now, and I've heard 75% of transactions are failing over there, and here's why. Okay, here's you. Here's you trying to trade your meme coin. All this extra, activity, all these extra transactions there. You're up against these guys. You're up against bots that are spamming transactions because it's so cheap. And they're just like kind of overloading it. Out of their 10 transactions they send, one will go through. Yours isn't going through. You're up against that. Okay, so you're not getting your transactions through at all. You're wasting gas. You're getting frustrated because you can't exit your positions. You can't enter positions. You're totally screwed. I don't know how they fix this other than upgrading tech. And I did read that is, that is, kind of, that's the fix. That's their goal. There's a name for this too. The specific piece of this tech that is failing. This is actually interesting too. Important to note that this is different from a typical failed transactions. Failed transactions usually mean the transactions were processed by the validator, but it didn't succeed. Okay. This is different because I think they're not even reaching the point where they would fail. Like they're not even getting picked up. Okay. The failures you're seeing now are at the network layer. QUIC, quick. Okay. So new tech needs to be improved. Yeah, I mean, the percentage of transactions that are failing now is just growing. It is, dude, it's almost 80%. Not good, guys. Not good. And yeah, 112,000 supply. Yeah. And believe it or not the largest collection anymore over on Solana. I mean, excuse me, over on Bitcoin. Not the largest collection. I don't think there's going to be a burn on runes. And again, remember, the whole purpose of runes is to get meme coins in your hands, and those meme coins typically have, what's the supply on meme coins usually? It's in the billions, many billions, maybe even trillions sometimes. Like, what's the supply on Pepe? Pepe's in the trillions, I think, right? So, yeah, 100,000 is pretty large, but not when you're talking about, let's say 500 billion tokens getting divided amongst 100,000 people. You can make some nice gains, I think, there. Just get the tech to block spamming wallets. Yeah, I mean, you need the right, spamming, bot detection. Yeah, absolutely. There's something to that. But the quick solution, is it not? And I'm not saying it is. I'm asking this question. Is it not raising the fees where it's not cost effective for you to spam transactions? So, Walshy brother, it's great to see you, man. I love you popping in here lately, man. The same happened on Polygon. Yeah, I remember that. There was a farming game. This was probably like 2 years ago, but yeah, brought Polygon down to a screeching halt. People with bots just obliterating the blockchain. So yeah, it's happened before. It'll happen again. It'll keep happening to the chains that promise cheap gas fees. There's got to be a nice middle ground there. There has to be. Wow, fees went Assassin on what chain? Oh, on that was the Polygon part. Yeah. Dude, I remember that. That was wild. That you could not transact over there. I remember that. Gerard, good to see you, man. Yeah, and it was days, wasn't it, Assassin? It was days. What was the game called? It was a farming something. But yeah, that was it was absolutely wild. So Solana, man, they got to get, they need some upgrades. They need to get this. They need to get it fixed. Honestly, I mean, we saw when the network went down, they didn't lose users. It didn't affect their token price. But yeah, the longer you leave the door open for others to get their tech out there and to win over buyers, like the longer you leave the door open for Blast, which, yeah, we're looking at a Blast meme coin here too. The longer you leave that door open for Blast traders, new people to come into the Blast ecosystem and trade meme coins there, and then again, also base, you can lose market share and you could lose them permanently. You really could. You got Say V2 coming later this year too that aims to be able to handle tons of volume. So Solana has some major competition coming. I don't think we should assume that Solana has cemented its place as, like the number 3-ish or so blockchain. I wouldn't say they're there yet. I think they're going to have some trouble here if they do not get this fixed. Just thinking about it, right? If you cannot sell because you can't get your transaction through, if you get burned enough times, you're going to say done with it. Sunflower. That was, yeah, dude. Johan, I don't know if you're still here. You remember that, right? Because we saw that ripping on the collection rankings. Yeah, that was wild. Oh, the good old days, man. By the way, just for just because we gotta look at something real quick. My favorite thing to come out of NFT NYC still. I'll never not love that. And actually, I want to show you guys who that is. I feel bad because I'm not actually even picking on the guy. I'm definitely, using it for the lulz, but it's this guy. Dude, guy's former Coinbase, former UC Berkeley student, well, former. But on the Pandora team, I believe. And so that's him. Here's his tweet. Not sure why everyone's clowning on him yesterday. He wasn't on ketamine. He's just enjoying himself, man. Just having a good time. Yeah, Johan, it was this sunflower game on Polygon. All bought it up. Nobody could transact anything. And this was like 2 years ago. And I feel like we've seen some issues on Wax with high volume, bringing some issues there too. That might be the sunflower situation though that I'm thinking. Might be all Polygon. Dude's on something. And I'm glad, dude. I used to shit on people like parties and stuff, not my thing. It's not. And so I used to shit on people like I see a lot of people doing here. Making fun of the NFT NYC kind of parties. I've changed a lot over the past few years. I really have, and I feel good seeing people have a good time. So yeah. Oh man, dude, I forgot all about that where you had to stake Wax for CPU and 2 other categories. Like storage, your fees. There was one other. That dude, I haven't played in Wax in so long. I have a feeling all of us are going to be playing in Wax again though with that Amazon integration. That's huge. That's so freaking big. And I know Johan, I know you like that. Choina, you were a Wax guy, huh? Ram. Yeah. Yeah. I love Wax. I got to tell you, man, it brings back such great memories. It's really where I started. Yes, in Ethereum. Okay, brought in through Top Shot, at least seeing it. I didn't buy Top Shot stuff right away, but it got me interested. My first NFTs were NFT boxes, art, but then I couldn't afford that stuff, so I spent my time over on Wax and bought these MLB packs, right, in early 2021 and made, for the first time ever, made some serious cash on that. That was nice. And, oh, Biggie Poppins, hell yeah. Hang on, bro. Hang on. Let's get your ass up here.
Bro.
Good morning, sir.
Dude, what the fuck happened?
What happened? You got a little extra beauty sleep today, huh?
Yeah, I need to write Google, man. I was like, I am counting on this thing the whole time, and it's got batteries. I don't know what happened. I looked at it I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then I see you, and you're being all nice to Solana people, and this dude, and you're talking Wax. I'm so sorry, man.
I'm full of love when it's just me solo.
I leave you alone, and you just start being nice to everybody. What the fuck?
Have I turned into too much of a shit talker? Maybe a little. We were talking about this yesterday.
Only when it comes to ordinals and declaring everything else dead. That's why I was surprised. I was like,
you missed that part.
I was like, is he still on? And then you're like, yeah, Solana, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I need to go up there.
Okay, well, you definitely missed me shitting on non-Bitcoin enjoyed. And I did bring you up. Actually, and you should rewatch that part. It was all love. But dude, I'd be happy to rewind this right back into runes because runes are you seeing what's going on?
Not everything. I mean, I know. Holy fuck, 0.05 now. Dude, I mean, makes sense, right?
Look at Rune Pups. All of a sudden, 0.06. Runestone's flipped RSIC.
Why Pups? Runestone Pups. Well, what are those doing? Or is it just a token?
So here's what I think about those, and I always feel bad when I don't know. I think that's tied to this Pups BRC20. I think these BRC20s are going to get migrated. You'll have some kind of claim for a corresponding rune. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I think's going on. But yeah, these BRC20's top collection here on Crypto Slam, like that's like 30-something% of Bitcoin's volume here, and it's in this BRC20 collection. And then we got BRC20 futures on Coinbase now. Not this one, but Ordi. Like, I mean, the stage is just set for runes to just absolutely rip. And then, of course, we talked about this yesterday, but Leonidas announcing that Runestone holders getting 3 runes collections, not 1, but 3.
Now, yeah, but it's collections, not necessarily meme coins, right?
No, he did say meme coins. He did.
So
very
3
specifically.
separate meme coins,
Yes,
not 1,
yeah.
not 2, but 3. Got
Yeah,
it.
and it's okay. Easy enough to say that because they're not going to be hard to make. It's the way he talks about them. I have this up somewhere.
Like rings, like treasured jewels.
It's actually even better. It's exactly what you want. The fact that he says one of them's going to be named after a dog. The fact that he says the goal is to make this the biggest meme coin in the world, like bigger than Pepe, bigger than WIF, bigger than all. If that's your goal, and you've got all the biggest Bitcoin influencers on board with that purpose, they're going to make something happen. Doesn't mean it's going to be the biggest, but if that's their intention and their goal,
they're going to have a good go at it for sure. I think. I mean, like you said, I think the table is set like for either runes or RSIC to do really well, right?
and probably both. There's so few runes to start with. I think all of them at the start are going to have
there's no
a ton of success.
Animosity between both camps.
Nope.
The runers and the RSIC.
I'll tell you this.
I happy go merry gang.
I think so. I think the runes community is very united. I definitely see a little more fighting between ordinals communities, which is not great. And it's not necessarily fighting, but there are kind of
tell me who's fighting who? The pups and the nodes?
Well, I think it's similar to that.
The floor price and all that, right?
There's something to that. And the nodes, they're always going to catch a little heat for their launch. They just are.
Why?
So, they were initially supposed to be
nodes. Yeah.
Yep. So there's bad blood from that, and there maybe always will be, but there needs to not. I mean, look at this cool Runestone meetup at NFT NYC. I'll tell you this: the runes community, which is pretty much everyone in Bitcoin, in the ordinals community, but I think very united. I think everybody's feeling what that opportunity looks like. So, okay, Runestone is currently the #1 runes project, the #1 Bitcoin collection, the #2 NFT collection on all chains, and we're not even stoned yet. Speaking of which, Biggie Poppins and I are going to be stoned as fuck on 420. Biggie, are we doing a live stream together? Like, I'm definitely going to do a marathon stream.
Yes,
okay. We're going to be doing a 24-hour, a 12-hour. Let's say 12 hours, not 24, but 12-hour.
Can you at least be gentle and say 4 to 8 hour? That's already a marathon, isn't it? 8 hour.
Yeah. I just feel like
12.
I feel like that's weak.
6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Well, you can attend then. I'll be doing 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. No, I'll do 4 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Look, I'm on board. We'll figure it out. I'll get food brought up to me, and I'll reinstall the toilet over here, and we'll figure it out.
Okay,
it's really good.
I'm diving into these later today. You probably can't see them, but finally got my gummies in stock. I've been missing those for a few weeks. I love them. I don't get stoned, by the way. I microdose the weakest edibles you could ever find. They're 5 milligrams, and I nibble a quarter. I probably have an eighth of it. So
and that's good enough.
It doesn't get me messed up. It actually gets me it feels like I had a coffee. It just gives me a little energy, and it gets me very focused. That has CBG in it, and I've bought CBG on its own, and it's a mood thing. It just puts me in a great mood. Don't get fucked up at all. I don't like getting fucked. The older I get, the less I like that. I don't drink.
But 420, we might get a little. We might up the dosage a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. 420.
I think it's fair. It's only fair.
Yeah. The goal is to get the most fucked up I've gotten in years on 420. I'll save that towards the end of the stream or midway through. We'll see how it goes. Okay. I'm looking for one last thing here on Leonidas's timeline. Okay. Here's one of them. Yeah. Holders will not be airdropped a Runes meme coin. They will be airdropped 3 meme coins. So, one later this month, one later this year, one when we become the top meme coin in the world. He's going to pull it off, too. He is. Like he's
It's
gonna pull
a
it off.
technical feat, unseen sins. When I mean, I don't know, and it's not a contentious fork or anything of the sort. So it's an upgrade. Like, hey man, I'm looking forward to seeing it play out, and I know a lot of people are cheering it. So I'm curious, like what it's always a safe thing to ask what could go wrong. I'm very limited in my scope here on like what could go wrong and how these things operate, but nothing that like immediately comes to mind. Even like you said, like maybe RSIC launching the same day or overtaking it, because they're not saying anything, right? Although that would be a dick move, right?
Well, you know what?
Same day.
They've got something they're waiting on here. Okay, so here's a couple scenarios. Okay, RSIC is waiting on Casey Rodemore, the creator of both the Ordinals protocol and now runes. And what they're waiting on is Casey said he's going to inscribe the first 10 runes. He's going to name them. He's going to inscribe them. Nobody else is getting to do that. And the reason being, okay, on testnet, there's people who've been making their own runes already, and he's like,
I heard he was like, it's bullshit.
Okay,
I agree with him. Like, you want to brand this and come out with your best, foot forward.
Yes, so why not give it to the guys who are probably doing it the right way? Give it to RSIC. Like, give them a top 10 rune because they've put in the work. They've been building the community.
RSIC isn't Casey Rodemore?
No.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
community thing. No, it's not him. So I think that could help them. Yeah, he did. He's been kind of like, Casey's been cool with this. He's not opposed to other people. He just needs to see good, he needs to see people doing good work to deserve
Something convincing.
one of those early ones. Yeah, because, yeah. Casey's fucking awesome, by the way. I really like that dude. So the way he's described, as far as what could go wrong, the way he's talked about the protocol is really how safe it is, and I don't think that means anything because people can poke holes in, people can try and usually find ways to poke holes in things, but I feel pretty good.
They do. That's exactly what they do, right? Like, I mean, I think we're kind of seeing it with Solana right now, with the whole. I was reading up on like what was going on last night, and like the whole Solana and core thing. I'm like, this is what it is. Like nobody saw it coming, right? Like I honestly thought it might have been like some glitch in the machine again, like some verifier thing. And no, it just turns out it's a bunch of people spamming the living fuck out of the system. And there you go, high performance blockchain. So I'm a little nervous in that regard, is because like you best count on people to go in there and poke holes and tinker and do all that stuff, but I don't know. I'm trusting on the fact that they're pretty solid devs and know the tech inside and out. But I feel it's going to be wild, Huda, right? Like when you start talking about this, you're going to have to specify, right? Like, is it a rune token? Is it an RSIC token, or is it a traditional BRC, or is it a traditional BRC wrapped on an L2?
Right. How many different standards are there now? What is the one? It's like like RGB or something like that. There's other fungible token standards out there that Casey's referenced as far as like why he wanted to make these runes. But I know Udi from Quantum Cats is not very bullish on runes. He still thinks they're basically as clunky as BRC20s are. Like, so he doesn't see them working and surviving in the long term. He thinks short term, of course, big money behind all that. But yeah, long term, it's the blockchain itself is the problem. Now, Udi puts out a message like that. What's that?
Oh, it's me. Never mind.
Oh, did you lose audio? Okay.
Gotcha.
You got me now? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Udi came out not against runes, but saying he doesn't think runes survive or really work. He thinks they're clunky, and he's right. But also I think
these runes, the stone runes.
Wait, what? What's that, Biggie?
The ones that don't survive are the stone runes. The ones that he thinks.
Well, he means the tech in general. He's saying, yes, runes in general, these new meme coins on Bitcoin, yes, they are going to there's going to be a lot of money in those when they start, of course. Like, don't sleep on them. But he said long-term, runes are not going to work. And
just saying that shit to me, Huda, you just kind of like put the stamp of approval for my
for your disbelief, not disbelief, but yeah.
No, not my disbelief. The fact that, first of all, I didn't put the 3 fucking ordinals in one wallet or whatever, and I didn't get a rune, right? Like I'm not gonna go chasing after it, especially right now. But what you just said to me is exactly what I was fearing, right? Is that like there are other very savvy builders out there that are hesitant to embrace this the way I am because they maybe doubt the technology of how solid it is. And so I mean, basically you just acknowledge what I think. It's that okay, this is literally a meme coin. Like it's going to pump and then it's going to dump. And some poor sap out there that does not know how to operate the fucking meme pool, or thinks that it's just going to go higher. It's going to get left with a bunch of these fucking rune things. And good luck to you, sir. I salute you. Play the game. You know?
Yep. I got to show you too the more completed thought.
Dude, I'm seeing Solana people like getting heated right now because they can't make a trade and they can't cash out of the system. And can you imagine that happening on Bitcoin now? Like
exactly. Well, so it couldn't.
How do you speed up a transaction?
But it couldn't. It couldn't happen on Bitcoin because, and that is kind of, you know, okay. So that's why runes will work, but also not. Couldn't happen on Bitcoin because you just pay a higher fee and you go. The Solana stuff's getting rejected at a different layer. They're not even really making it to the point, right? But okay, let me show you a couple things.
But to find yourself in that situation, right? Like, with the infra of Bitcoin, it's like, oh my God, you're gonna hear people pulling out their hair.
Yeah, but I'll show you why Udi said that. Okay, check this out. I gotta share my screen again. Why Udi said that. Okay, Udi's a master troll and marketer. He's great. I love him.
Dude, I didn't notice that until he started shitting like on these other L2s and in Solana as of late. And I find it hilarious. You know, he's pretty good at it.
He's a huge troll. He's an expert troll. I love him. I feel like we're in such good hands. But check this out. Okay, this is why he made this comment. And he's absolutely right. You know, again, strong launch. Unlike ordinals, you know, which are going to be the king of NFTs, they just are. He doesn't think runes stand a chance against Solana meme coins, which, again, right, you know, maybe that conversation happened before this huge failure rate over on Solana. But ultimately, look at why he made this tweet. Opcat fixes that. Opcat upgrades the Bitcoin blockchain where it can.
What he wants to take. That is the optimal one. Okay.
And there's one like OPTV or something like that. There are multiple protocols or upgrades that can happen that will make Bitcoin a different kind of blockchain. That you can build out systems that can support high transactions, lower costs. You know, and this does enable a different type of L2, and it enables, you know, like DeFi type of platforms. So everything he said about runes, true. But also maybe not true if OPCat gets implemented. All of a sudden, they can survive and will survive like Solana meme coins because you can transact at a much higher level. So like somebody replied, then we'll build Solana on Bitcoin. And his reply, an OPCat supporter. You know, Udi's a master. I love this dude. But yeah, okay, runes absolutely can survive. And I mean, man, he thinks, and I'm putting a lot of faith in what he says. I'm not a technical expert here, but he believes very strongly that OPCat is going to happen. And I think that's why he raised so much money and had investors coming in. They think it's going to happen.
I hope so. That's what I want. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like it's very similar to the monolithic versus modular blockchain, argument, isn't it? I definitely would feel safer or better off, right? Like if everything happened on chain on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And honestly, it has been part of what has I don't know, kept me a little bit suspicious when it comes to these other protocols. Although I'm not gonna lie, as we get closer to launch, I get a little giddy. I want to see how they play out. And obviously, if they work, Huda, I'm gonna have to listen to your ass fucking boast about it for some time.
I'll try to not boast. But I'm definitely going to do some not shitty version. I'm going to do some I told you so's, not in a shitty way, but just, guys, I really want you in here because I really want to see everybody win in here. And
I feel you. I feel you, dude. Like,
it's all love.
Believe me. And I say it here, folks, again, it's never easy to be a contrarian, especially when this man is harping on how great ordinals are for the longest time. But it really is as simple to me as like, I missed it. I missed the train, and so like I ain't fucking chasing. No. There's a lot. I agree. There's still a lot, I do not think right now you can. Would you look at somebody with a straight face and be like, yes, a puppet?
Yes.
Or a fucking, you're fucking crazy.
No, I
That's
absolutely
the
would.
part I'm like, you're fucking crazy.
I absolutely would. Because remember where I come from. You know what I think of this stuff. I believe a lot of these collections are going to hold floor prices of multiple Bitcoin. I think puppets can be 1 to 2 Bitcoin floors.
All right, but seeing what's happened with Ethereum NFTs and other things, like, would it be fair not to say like, hey, yeah, like you missed it right now. Wait until the next bear, see what survived, what really sticks together, and then go into these things. Like, don't do it now at 0.35 BTC or 0.46. Like, what are you gonna get? 2x, a 3x, maybe? Like, the risk reward isn't there anymore. I think, in my opinion, the risk reward was when you minted. The risk reward was when these things were a lot cheaper. Like now, you're not exactly gonna fucking like. I mean, you never know. But I think like the crazy sales you're talking about, the crazy floor prices. Like, I mean, I would imagine it's gonna be like the rarer ones. It's gonna be a select few. Like I think right now. I don't know. I agree now. Stuff that is still coming up, like the Sense and other stuff. Yeah, you have plenty of opportunities to play those and ride them. And I do think we're going to see some really cool art. I'm really curious to know, has Udi ever addressed Huda the whole burning thing? You can tell that's the part where I get a little bit giddy, because that's, I think, the real where we're going to see I don't know, a display of conviction and like these like crazy discussions of where art should live. Like, should it be in its native canvas where it was birthed, or should it move over?
Oh, interesting. I've not heard him say anything about that. You're talking teleburning?
Yeah, because like, I mean, I see it like the argument he made there, right? And it's like, yes, like
did he make a comment on teleburning?
Well, no, not on teleburning. But the one you showed me right now about Udi talking about runes and like what he says that like NFTs will absolutely take over, on BTC over Ethereum, which I can see, but it's like going forward, the real question up in the air is like, what about what already exists there?
Okay. I definitely missed part of that question or comment. What about already exists where?
Yeah, like the art that already exists on Ethereum, the squiggles, the fidenzas, like I don't think you're gonna be able to opaque that. I don't think you're like, for example, to say that like, oh, something's gonna come out of, and I'm not saying it's not possible, but something to come out of BTC that can rival, say, the punks or the fidenzas or like, I think just because of the provenance argument, it's gotta be. Yeah, like I don't think those collections need to do anything. Like that, they're just inscribed historically. That now, having said
provenance
that,
matters a fuck.
I am sure some crazy degen motherfucker will teleburn a couple of these pieces over to big, just to say they're on Bitcoin, just to say I was first, just to play and speculate that, right? And like,
to me, that takes away kind of.
It does.
Okay. I feel like it does. Okay, now for me, I want to do that with my Tezos art.
Oh yeah,
I am so over Tezos. I'm ready to start shit talking them. Mate. No, maybe not. Maybe that's a little strong. No. But
I am using my skull as a PFP right now.
Yeah, that's a great one. It's
you can separate Tezos, the tech, and the bill and the protocol from the artist, right? And that's what makes it intriguing, right? Like in this particular case, it feels justifiable, right? Will it feel justifiable to do an ETH at some point?
No, I hope not. I honestly, I really hope not.
Or on Solana. Imagine that. I'm done.
Yeah, it's just okay. It's like I believe in Ethereum so much that I don't see a great need to teleburn stuff over. The provenance is there. It's you don't need it, but it's more about like its origin that matters. And so when I consider where would I rather have my NFTs right now, if it's brand new,
but it would still point to that original contract, right? Like you would be like, that is its origin.
Yeah, it just feels different. I got to show you something real quick too. Yeah. Just it's kind of going back to why I think prices are going to get so astronomical and why I would recommend a puppet at 0.3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking here, and it's probably hard to see. We're looking at like Ethereum in 2021, and in that bull run, right? Maybe at the peak, and this is in 2022, we had, 40 to 50 to 60,000 buyers daily. Again, peak euphoria, peak of that bull market. But even leading up to it, right?
Yeah.
A couple thousand. Damn it. What did I just do?
mean, you're right, dude. So euphoria is a hell of a thing. Like the prices, that's what makes it euphoria, right? Like you see these movements and these prices that are just.
Well, hang on, Biggie. Hang on. The point here is, this is why I'm trying to tell people you are very early, because we're still only like 4, 5, 6,000 unique buyers over in the Bitcoin ecosystem. And that's including BRC20s. We're not even counting. I am trying to get people to know just how early that ecosystem is and why I think those collectibles can support those multi-Bitcoin floors, because there's not a lot of great projects. There's just a handful. I think there's just a small handful. And then when Bitcoin prices go up, and they almost certainly will, it is going to get so expensive to inscribe collections that I think we're going to see the pace of new collections really throttle back. Yeah. And so we're talking about these whales, like we saw that whale that bought 26 puppets in this past week, right? They're only going to have a few options. It's going to be, where do you want to, what are those core collections you want to get into? It's puppets, it's node monkeys. It is going to be quantum cats. It's going to be those OMBs, right? There's probably, I would say 10 at the most. And I don't even think there's 10 of those core have to own collections. And that's why I think those collections all support those multi-Bitcoin floors.
Until fucking Pac-Man decides to launch Blur for fucking Bitcoin ordinals, and he fucking murders the whole.
Well, yeah, very, very possible. But a great thing here is a lot of these collections are such small supply. There's just is it a lot going. It's a lot going for this ecosystem here. And I would tell people, I think these prices, while expensive,
today you made me more bullish on quantum cats than anything else, Huda.
Why quantum cats? Because of Udi?
Because of that, dude. Like I do like Udi's like thought process when it comes to these things. It's like I see it, and like we're seeing it played out in the wild, I think, with Ethereum. And I'm not saying that it's wrong, but we are seeing issues, right? Like with this roadmap that they built for themselves, right? Like, and like so reliant on all these different L2s, right? You're seeing, I mean, it's been forever the thesis of Solana, right? To not, to be monolithic. Same for Phantom, right? Like Phantom has always insisted that having everything on chain, on one chain is better than splintering it off, right? Like, because when you do that, you do increase risk, even though you decrease bloat, what have you. I'm not saying one is better than the other yet. I can't tell. Like, I think we're seeing it play out right now, right? But when I look at like everything that's happening on BTC, me, like I've that's the part that I always end up hitting the wall with, which is like the fucking infra. The chain is built. It's a feature, not a bug. And while I am bullish on L2s and like what certain things that those things will enable, when it comes to this, like ordinals, NFTs, I don't know what to call runes and RSIC, to be honest, because they're like, I guess, in between, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, we struggled with what to call them too. Yeah,
it's interesting. Like, I love watching that experiment play out, and so I don't want them to fail. Like, I want it to work out. I just do see as there's a very high probability that things won't go as smooth as they think. Although maybe we could be wrong, and they will, and they'll play out. But yeah, watching what Hootie just said, like what Udi just said, I'm like, yeah, I think like that's how I feel. Like I'm much more interested in seeing something like Opcat be passed, and a builder like that say like, this is the actual solution we need. Like, it's keeping it on chain. I'll be. That's when I'll be.
Damn, there's the view. Okay, I've been struggling to find the right layout for the two of us. There it is. Okay. I agree with. I mean, absolutely all of that. What an exciting time, though, to be at the like beginning, still like early in an ecosystem that at the very least it's going to grow tremendously. And it's how weird to say that about Bitcoin.
Right?
What it was? Say that again.
There's no going back in that regard.
No, it's like
I'm sorry, Bitcoin maxis. You can, let's see who has more stamina. You can,
Yeah.
rail against this, but the genie's out of the box. You can't put it back in. NFTs on BTC, deal with it.
how cool too to see that Franklin Templeton article. I'm trying to pull that up right now, but
Is the cent one or?
Well, no, this is different. Them talking about this renaissance in Bitcoin, and they're talking about ordinals and BRC20s. Like you got people at that level who see what's happening and they understand how fundamentally game changing this is, and they are
This
right.
makes me also bullish for other blockchains. If they're finally seeing the light here on Bitcoin, because it's the one thing they understand. It's like, okay, well,
Opens up their mind to like the
smart
whole
contracts,
ecosystem.
platforms, they're out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What gets interesting is, I don't know. I just feel like Ethereum gets more and more watered down by this. If Bitcoin gets looked at as the one chain you really want your collectibles on at this point, again, not back to teleburning, but like if you're creating something where it's only about the collectability and the provenance, where do you want it?
Mm-hmm.
Again, I want it on Bitcoin, but all the other things as far as programmability and games and all that stuff, where's it going to happen? All these things kind of hurt Ethereum. Kinda. L2 is, of course, bullish as hell for Ethereum, I think. I'm still trying to think through what happens if an L2 wants to break off of Ethereum. Can they? And become their own new L1? I'm not convinced that Ethereum is required for those chains in the long run. I might be wrong. I'm just like, this is something I've been thinking through recently.
I very much subscribe to the eigenlayer thesis that Ethereum will become like a security verification, layer, and most Ethereum will end up being staked, and it'll be like the internet bond, right? Like you're just going to get paid very handsomely, be able to beat inflation, and at the same time, by doing so, you're going to offer a certain level of security and programmability for other layers to build upon, right? I think Eigenlayer can be one of those that like unveils this next facet of Ethereum, right? Which is a bit of a hybrid, right? It's a little strange because most things will not happen on Ethereum mainnet; they'll happen on these other L2s. But as long as the L2s perform well, I could definitely see the Ethereum crowd embracing it. I mean, I think we're seeing it right now, right? Like with Blast and Base, like people that are in that ecosystem have no qualms about bridging from one place to another to perform whatever activities they want, right?
Could you explain Eigenlayer? Because you talk about it a lot, and I don't understand it. I don't know what it is.
I am not an expert, honestly. It's pretty intricate stuff, but basically you stake your Ethereum with Eigenlayer, and Eigenlayer provides that restaking feature to other apps, right? Like to validate stuff on and build upon it, right? Like, and once the theory is that Eigenlayer will end up dropping its own token and allow people to build upon that, right? Like, I do think it's going the route of it, like something like Bitcoin, right? Like it is going to end up being a boomer chain, which is nuts, right?
Ethereum.
It's 7 years old, and it's like already people out here are looking at it like that's a fucking Betamax. Like, what is this? That's how fast this space moves. But I don't think it'll be irrelevant. I think
bullish faith, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think just the EVM, like to me, that's the thing that I point to, right? Like when you are able to propagate your developing language so much so that anything under the sun that comes to try to build, on blockchain is like almost like a must have. You have to have an EVM. I don't care if you're whatever, like, you can tout, Phantom has its EVM, like everybody has the EVM, like that is a prerequisite. I know there's things trying to challenge even that, right? You have the move language blockchains, I don't know. I still think they're gonna have like this EVM counterpart, right? Like component. It just makes it simple to pick up where you left off. Yeah, those. Oh, I understand. These have been around for a while, right? The glass.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Glass punks, yeah, coming from Piv or PIV. I don't know how he says his name, but okay, I am hoping with this new attention on base NFTs that some of the old base NFTs actually see a resurgence in popularity, and I think they will. And I've got a big hunch on this collection here, these glass punks, and I'll tell you why. And it's actually really simple, right? It's all about who has attention, right? Who's being talked about. Jack Butcher is way into this collection because this guy was actually one of the early Opepin artists. I think he did set like 6 or set 7. Jack Butcher like pushes this guy all the time. When these reveal, and he actually is doing this very interesting reveal on Ethscriptions.
Glass punks have not revealed.
They have not revealed. There's going to be a very intricate reveal for these. I wonder if it's tied into the Ethscription thing he's doing right now, which I kind of want to show. Reason I'm showing this, NFA, right? Never financial advice here, but if you think that base NFTs are about to pop off, and we're starting to see that, and if you believe some early base NFTs could get a little life out of that, these fluctuate between 0.01 and 0.03. Maybe 0.05 is the highest I've seen them. I think these could really pop. Really pop. When Jack Butcher starts pushing them, when they start having their reveal from an Opepin artist, from a guy who's very well respected in the space. Just worth mentioning. And maybe I show a little bit about them.
Jeremy Piven. That would be hilarious.
Who is that? Is that a guy?
Yeah, he's the dude from Entourage that like plays the agent.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar.
It's hilarious.
Let me find this real quick. Because, that just, for whatever reason, that popped into my head. And there's...
Dude, this is, I mean, that's brilliant. I remember these things. I'd forgotten about them. But that's a DGen play right there. Huda.
I've got probably 10 of them. Maybe, like, I believe in those. Like,
of course you do. Glass punk whale.
Right. Yeah, whale. But his Ethscription thing is really cool. I want to see if I can show that. Because what it is, they've got a few layers deep in here. Okay. So you've got these Ethscriptions. They are punks. And God, it's so hard to explain. I've really got to show it because I do think this ties in. Damn. Okay, hang on. I promise it'll be worth it.
No, yeah, don't worry, dude. It's Saturday. It's Saturday, Huda.
Yeah.
Relax.
Saturday.
We ain't got other shit to do.
All right, here's what we do on these. So they're called facelift. Is that right? Yeah, these are called facelift. Okay. They all started out this whole collection looking like this guy. All right. Now, if you want to have yours, let me get to the phases. God, I'm sorry. This is actually kind of complicated. Okay.
Okay.
Come on. Number. No. Upgrade level.
I can already tell, like, these are the ones that, like, it's like you gotta really appreciate design.
Oh yeah, they got a cool aesthetic and look and design. Okay, so let me just do this. Long story short, they all started right here. There are now like 5 layers deep as far as different versions of punks, and it's really just the outline and that very glass. What is that?
Yeah, like translucent look, right? Like
yeah,
it looks like with that, now, yeah.
So in order for you to you can change the look of it. He opens up these windows where you can change your punk from like this to this one, or maybe the glass. Mohawk punk, right? In order to do that, you have to commit this one to changing it to the next one permanently. And once you bring it down, well, if you want to go to the even next one, the next one he opens up and he's got a new one coming, looks like today. Well, you got to take that newest one and evolve that to whatever's the new one he's opening up. Once, when he opens something up, I can't go to my first one, my A punk. I can't ever make him anything else. Like that is locked in. This guy will always be this version. Same goes for, oh, dude, did I actually miss? I think I've already messed up because I didn't realize he had done after C. I didn't realize he did his E and F punks, meaning I missed those. I don't think I can bring any of these to the next level. You have to keep pushing them forward and forward and forward, meaning you needed to have a big supply at the beginning if you wanted to make it to the end. Or even if you had one, you need to evolve him every step of the way if you want to get like the Z punk. Really interesting. I think really something cool about it. Really interesting rarity, I think, that is in this collection now. Man, I'm really bummed I missed it. I've got notifications on for him and everything, and just never saw it.
I don't know. I feel it's a particular kind of way about that, but that it's part of it, right? Like it's like, what would you call it? Like regulated, strict, scarcity and evolution for your NFTs.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. This D one is
Yeah.
really cool.
Not a fan of that one. The other's a little bit more.
I like it simply because it's different. I'm with you as far as the look, but I like different. I like just something that's a little out there.
So you think, like, in spite of the fact that, like, right now, I guess the base punks are like taking the spotlight, right? Like everybody's really bullish on those. They launched yesterday. You still think there'd be room to capture the attention with another punk derivative? Which would the excuse would be you're going back, and maybe like the interesting part is that these haven't revealed. If like the reveals are like amazing, because like,
I'm wondering if you're going to insert. So what I think, it's just a hunch. I wonder if you're going to insert this into the glass punk. If the evolution, because he
like
told me, in a way, yeah, because he said the reveal process for this is going to be very involved. He's not said anything beyond that. All of a sudden, this facelift thing came out. I think he's doing the reveal process like live over these weeks and months. So I think that is my hunch, is that these end up turning, or your glass punk turns into that. My hunch. Maybe I'm wrong and there's something completely different for this. But yeah, again, back to, do I think there's room for more punk derivatives and, NFTs to really start popping off over on base? Yeah, I really do think so. So glass punks, they got my vote.
Yeah, like I don't know. I get excited over those because they are obviously very strong candidates. Especially things chains like base and like Blast, where like they've already have a lot of liquidity and attention. They've got that cult of personality. I mean, I guess base indirectly, with Brian Armstrong, but you got Jesse, like really stepping up right into the spotlight there. Like, I think it's very safe to I don't want to say very safe, DYOR and FA, but like it excites me to go over to those places and start hunting and seeing like what are the potential culture plays in the NFT realm there, like which are the ones that are gonna dominate, right, or take the spotlight. And yeah, man, I think with base it's still very much in the air, though I do appreciate that the ones that are coming up for consideration have a very like artistic take on it, slant on it, right? Like it's not like we're gonna be Yuga or whatever, right? Like it's more smaller collections, very tasteful. So yeah.
What is Jack Butcher's collection on base too? I'm trying to remember. The Oviators. Is that right?
I think so, yeah. You have a couple of those, right? Did you ever end up? Oh, okay. And you never got the sunglasses, but you did get the art piece?
I don't recall if he opened the burn up yet. If he did, I missed it.
Well, okay.
So, and that is the next step on it, is you burn it, you get the physical Oviator glasses, which I might do, and you also get a piece of generative art with it. I don't see any reason to not do that and hold on to this, basically, 11, they're 721s, but I don't see any reason to hold basically an unrevealed edition of this. Unless he talks about another kind of burn happening with it too. But yeah, I think these also play, and reason being, again, if there's a new focus on base NFTs, if everybody's itching for a change from meme coins, we're kind of like, everyone's been waiting for NFTs to cycle back. If they cycle back on base, people are going to go touch Jack Butcher stuff. Especially one that maybe leads to gen art and, some cool physical stuff. So, and these prices, it's basically just about at the mint price.
Mint price. Wow.
So yeah, definitely an opportunity there.
1717. Damn. Yeah.
Really assassin, huh? Interesting play, man.
Assassin.
Yeah. Why don't we have unlimited funds? God. Would be nice, wouldn't it?
I hear you, man. Yeah.
Yep. Man, okay, Biggie, I think I'm going to wrap the show here. Good hour and a half.
Damn. Well, half an hour for me, but trust me, I was very bummed. I was like, why was I not, I'm going to complain to Google. I missed an hour of degenning with my buddy.
Well, I wonder this.
Shit.
Is Sunday a holy day for you?
No.
Because I wonder maybe doing a live show tomorrow.
Only
also.
420.
Okay, that's the whole idea. Yeah.
And 420 is gonna be an awesome time.
Yeah, so I'm wondering about maybe doing both Saturday, Sundays. I normally do my morning edited video, but I want, especially tomorrow, I'd be up for doing a live show instead again. And I may just transition to the weekend ones being live too, and those edited videos are Monday through Friday. Reason being is when I do my Monday video, like the edited one, I have nothing to talk about because I covered the whole weekend already in the Sunday video. So the Monday ones are usually just a different vibe, less to talk about. So maybe if I do live shows now, the Monday, edited version of Inside NFTs has a little more pop to it, a little more substance. So yeah, may go live tomorrow morning. I'll also say, dude, it had probably been close to a month since I did a solo stream, which is, how this show started. I like it. I actually miss it. I love the live shows, of course, with the gang, right? But like each version of the show has a different vibe. And I forgot, like I met some of these people like Lemon, like in a solo stream. There's just something special about those too. So I'm going to start folding those into the mix here and there. Again, especially with the giveaway streams that I'm going to start doing. So yeah, expect some probably solo evening streams, I think is where that's heading. Morning, I need my boys.
Yeah, man. And I'm happy to come on Sundays as well. Let me know if you do plan on doing it. Yeah.
Nice.
I think there's something to DJing in the weekend with your buddies, and it should be fun. And
I'm with you there.
Yeah, I can't wait. Dude, I'm just counting down the days. It's gonna be perfect. 420.
Yeah.
Having runes, 420. Like,
such a big day, dude. It is like one of the biggest days we've seen in this space.
To fucking celebrate and just go all out. We'll have to ideate. I have a couple of ideas of things that we can do.
I wonder, we can't show like a movie, right? You can't live, no, because copyright stuff, right? Like what could we put on screen that would be entertaining for parts of it, right? Where we're going to kick back a little bit.
I was going to say, like, it'd be cool if we can play music, but they, certain music, I think they also do the copyright infringement crap.
I have an idea there. Let me peek if this is doable. Okay. Copyright, I don't think we have to worry about on X. As far as I know, you can do whatever there. If I can toggle on and off the YouTube side of the stream, then that could be really interesting. Like when there's copyrighted stuff, like movie stuff, turn off the YouTube side and leave it streaming on X. I got to figure that out because that would be kind of cool. Let me see, actually. Okay, I can remove. Okay, when I shut this show down here, I'm going to remove YouTube first and then see if it lets me add it back. Okay, that would be interesting if so. That would give us a whole new way to operate. That'd be really cool.
I like that idea.
Well then, guys, we're out of here. Appreciate you all tuning in and enjoying right along with us. Hopefully you learned something. I always do. It's funny, man. It doesn't matter how much you know in this space. You always learn something new every day, as you should in life, right? Always be hungry to learn, always be seeking knowledge. It's a beautiful thing. Biggie, I'm so glad you made it, dude.
Dude, at least
very excited seeing you pop up down there.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I'm gonna figure out a contingency, like a secondary thing, because it's happened to me before. It's very random, like I really dig it because I hate like alarm clocks that like make a sound. And like ever since I started using these, because I'm not a fan of watches, but like for the longest time, but like it vibrates, right? Like you can set it to vibrate and it's just perfect. It's like but for some reason it's happened to me a couple of times where I refuse to believe that it's because I don't feel it, So it's like it's Google's fault, obviously, and I'm gonna have to figure out a way around it.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, I'm glad it's all that matters. Made it a little bit, and say hello to the fam. Choina, Lemon, yes, get your bongs clean, sir. Nice. You ready?
Yeah. We can't smoke on screen. Like, can you smoke on stream?
I mean. I don't know. Like, I'm sure there's people that smoke on stream. I'd rather not. Like I'll blow smoke on screen. You'll hear my apparatus or something. I'll try to like keep it a little kosher, just because you never know, But other than that, and also so maybe we're not censored, to Valhalla. But yeah, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna start getting goodies together, trying to look for some good strains. Hopefully, I'm always looking. So where I'm at, like the pickings are slim. It's gotten better, but not in California, not in Colorado, folks. And my favorite strain is already like not easy to find. It's called Lamb Spread. It was, it's like a Jamaican strain, really tall fucking tree, but delicious, delightful. It was Tupac and Bob Marley's favorite strain. It's really good. Like you can do it indoors, but it's not as tasty. I think it works better on the ground. Anyways, now I'm geeking out on cannabis. But
It's good stuff. Let's see if we can get Lambia to join us on the stream.
Yes,
get her
do
right
it,
back
bro.
into her habit. She's awesome. I love her.
Hell yeah.
I might hit her up. Like I'm going to be bringing guests on the Daily Show.
Dude.
I'd love to have her on. So
Heck yeah, man. That'd be awesome.
yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
Anyways.
You can get versions of lamb bread from Irie Genetics, I believe. Nice. Thank you, Lemon. Lemon knows what I'm talking about.
There you go.
Thank you.
Bunch of stoner DJs in here. I
Always
love it.
count on my DJs. Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful.
Dude, we'll be taking calls for 420. That'll be fucking fun.
Calls, giveaways.
We're gonna be raiding Snoop Dogg to try to get him online and to smoke blunt with us and talk crypto.
I'll tell you this.
Finally confess that he is Cosimo de Medici.
Yeah, for real. No.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
We're just gonna fuck with him.
All right, but here's the deal. On 420, I think my goal. I have a lot of goals for this show, but one of them is to get guests rolling in throughout, like some names that you guys know out there. Gonna call in favors, say, hey, would you swing by 5-10 minutes, just shoot the shit on the marathon stream? Let's see how much weight that we maybe have in
I
this
like
space.
the idea of just like rating them live. It's like, hey, let's try to get some normie online, and then like just get the whole community to start pinging them on Twitter to be like, come on the show, say hello, whatever. Like it'll be fun. It's gonna be a good time.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait. All right, guys, we're out of here. Hope you have a great day. Have a great weekend. I think you're going to see us live again tomorrow, so stay tuned. We'll see you guys.
We're the non-fungible idiots, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make a dollar, won't sell a thing. We're the zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders.